What's going on? Move the Mouse here, back in City Skylines, the town of Portsmouth. Let's play Season 7, Episode number 28. And, yeah, I made quite the mess here, but let me show you what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make use of this space over here. And I started doing a little work off camera. This used to be a sloppy diamond interchange. Now it is a sloppy cloverleaf. It's causing all kinds of problems. So I'm trying to get traffic still into this area, but also over here. And I was thinking we could do amusement park and zoo, maybe something like that over here. But I was making an absolute mess in the process, as you can see. So why do we have everybody trying to cut over? Is anybody staying on the highway at this point? That's crazy. So it looks like we may need an extra exit ramp, huh? Over here. Let's come back to that. Either way, I gotta make this work a little smoother, because this is not so hot right here. So this doesn't need to be 3 lanes, first of all. Let's back that down. Try and make this a little bit more efficient. So we'll just do 2-lane highway across the board there. May as well do the same thing here. Do I have... Oh, that's why everybody's getting off the highway. Okay, that'll make more sense then. That helps. Never mind. Okay, recalculate your routes, please. It's gonna take them a minute. Okay, let's pause it, because I am making a mess of this. So this is all 2-lane. We'll do that. Okay, so I think that's okay, right? Does this need to be 3-lane? Probably not. In fact, little things like this connector here, we can make that... We can make... No, I didn't mean to do that. This one. We can make that 1 lane, and then it forces this internal lane to be the only one that comes around. The other ones can exit. Okay. Sorry, I made a mess here. Made a mess. I really need this traffic to recalculate where it's going, because it is totally throwing off everything right now because of those stupid mistakes that I did in the traffic routing. Once this is all done too, I had to knock this back a little bit. I'll bring this back out, let this fill in with water, and we'll key that back off again. Let's take a look here. A lot of these buildings are not going to get serviced properly, so let's delete those. And then we'll do the same thing that I've done in other roundabouts, which is to bring the traffic around so that it doesn't hit at such a sharp angle. Right now it's not quite ideal. But now we've at least got some traffic that's continuing on down the highway. Coal reliefs are definitely not the most efficient, but if we're going to try and get traffic over this way, we have to do something about that. So it was either cram in another exit, like right about here, or do a coal relief. So I opted for the coal relief for now. We might change that down the road. We'll see. Like I said, it's not the most efficient, but it gets the job done in our city of 51,000. So what we could do here, let's at least do this for now. Let's add a 4th lane here. To hopefully speed things up getting on the highway at least. Or confuse them further? I don't know. Apparently I confused them further. Because this is only an exit lane? Okay, what if I do that? Now that's not only an exit lane, it's also a continued straight lane. So if we do something like that, will that speed up the ingress to the highway? I think that it will. Or not, I don't know. all that traffic that's trying to come over to get off is cutting off all the people trying to get on. This is the bad spot of the cloverleaf. This is why cloverleafs are a poor design, because you have all this traffic coming on and all this traffic trying to get off. You want your traffic getting on the highway after you've removed the traffic from the intersection. And that's what stuff like the Trumpet do so well. You have these people coming off before you have the people getting on. Now over here, this is a totally different problem. We don't have enough handling of traffic at this intersection, which is backing up all the way onto the highway. Way down there. It's terrible. So we need to make this more efficient. But we'll do it bit by bit. It looks like that's cleaned up actually rather nicely. That's good. Okay. So let's make it daylight. And let's see if we can't figure out a spot for a zoo and amusement park. I didn't mention why, I think. I didn't mention why I thought this was a good idea today. Planet Zoo came out yesterday. And I fumbled through it for about an hour. And I'm not very good at it. It's, I think if you are a very creative City Skylines player, you know, that likes to micromanage and put everything exactly in its spot, then it might be a good game for you. I am going to need a ton of time to wrap my head around it. Let's go smooth this out a little bit. Do we do a roundabout on the other side? I don't think that we need to. Back to the... Oh, no. Back to the freeform tool. To bend it in a little bit like that. Should have just done that to begin with. It is a really large roundabout, though, for the amount of traffic that's over here. So this is cleared up nicely, but we don't have any of the zoo and amusement park traffic here yet. This is still really sloppy. We've got to do something with that. We've got some ideas. We could bring this out just a little bit and bring traffic under and merge from the left rather than have these two getting congested right there and slowing the entire turbine down. Anyways, we're not working on that right now. Squirrel. All right, so we will come off of here at a 90-degree angle. Like so, but I'm going to delete the last segment and then hook this up with a highway exit ramp on freeform so that we can do that and that. Whoops, wrong wrong road type. I was like, why are arrows going both ways? Okay, now we got to kind of move it to make this work a little bit. But that achieves what we're looking to do, right? You get a smoother, well, it achieves what we're trying to do when we face them the right way. So you've got 2-lane road, you've got a softer turn in, softer turn out. We could even do that. This one should be able to exit, right? Yeah, okay. And we do the same thing over here. So we'll back to two-way roads, 2-lane, come out 30. And again, how I'm doing this, because this is really useful, I'm just deleting the last segment. Switching back over to highway 1-lane exits, and then with the freeform tool, come most of the way to the road and then kind of bend it in that way. And then this is where anarchy comes into play, because I won't be able to overlap the other road in the same way. So by default, road anarchy control A allows you to kind of overlap the roads where you shouldn't be able to. And then we can move them, make them look a little bit more natural, but still with the same bends coming in. And then we can change our directions and upgrade this segment. Because what that does is it gives you a straight lane and a right lane. And then over here, they should be able to merge a little bit smoother as well. For whatever reason, that didn't change the lane arrows here, though. So we can clean that up after, if it becomes a problem. I doubt that it will. So, parks. Where are we at? 14? Park areas. Do we need to go over to districting for that? We do, don't we? Paint park area. So I think the amusement park, whoops, the amusement park can kind of take all this up by the highway. And then the zoo, we can have some of it over by the highway, but this is definitely a better spot for the zoo. Kind of out here, a little quieter for the animals. Won't bug them so much. But there'll be two separate entities. You gotta pay admission for both parks. You're not getting into the zoo just because you paid for admission to the theme park, even though they're operated by the same company. That'd be ridiculous when we could make more money. So, amusement park, that one, yeah. Okay, so we'll do a main gate, kind of right in the middle here. Is that close enough? So there is our Chirpy Land amusement park. Kind of our main entranceway. And then we can start to funnel people off in different directions from there. So let's say, can we get 135? So we'll do that to start. Let's cram in some of the smaller stuff first. So when you kind of walk into the area, well, you'd think there'd be a plaza somewhere maybe around here. And then, of course, the second you walk in, here we go. Souvenir shops everywhere. Maybe there's a little restroom break in the middle of your shopping experience. And then more shopping. Okay, and then up here we can do the game booths. I think there's 2. So let's do that. Kind of right on top of one another. We'll do the same thing over here. Whoop. We'll pause it. We know it's not watered. That's okay. Now, if you wanted, you could get in here with Move It and kind of make the tiles line up as best as possible. If you were really trying to get crazy about the details. But I'm not too worried about it. Like that one lined up really well, right? Pretty well. I guess it could be better. Something like that. Pretty close. Certainly good enough for Portsmouth. So we've got some shopping. We've got some stuff that you can do right when you walk into the park. Let's start plopping in some rides. So back to parks. What haven't we done? Side gate, we'll figure that one out. We didn't do a cafe. Let's get a cafe over on this side, maybe. Yeah, that should be good. And then we start to get into our ride. So the carousel. Do we really want to cram it in, or do we want to have some space? Let's have a little bit of space. So carousel. Piggy train, absolutely essential. We might move these around a little bit, but let's see. We need to snake some paths around. So we could anarchy. We wanted to do that. That works. So we got to put a little something over here. Teacup ride, that's perfect. Oh, it's a small one. It's a small teacup ride after all. Sorry. We just got back from Disney a week ago. We've got the unlock all at this point, which is why we're able to just plop in all these buildings. So let's see what kind of space we're talking about here. Let's just drop them in. And we can always slide stuff around after the fact. Oh, I still have anarchy on too. It's going to let me put everything everywhere. Before we drop in that really big one, let's carve a path out this way. So that we can put maybe the roller coaster up there. Did we do the pendulum ride already? What do we leave off on? I don't even remember. Can we get the pendulum ride right there? Okay. Ferris wheel, roller coaster. What is this? And then we get into the benches and signs and plaza stuff. Okay, so that's all decoration. That doesn't seem that big. But I guess in the grand scheme of things, you wouldn't have the biggest amusement park here. But let's water it. Come on. Oh, this is where my water towers were initially, I'm guessing. Little redundancy. Overlap it well. We can clean this up real quick. Let's do that. Can I I don't know if I have the key anarchy on. So I might have to let this water fill back in. So let's do this. Okay, we'll take that back down. I'll see if it'll let me do the keys, but I don't think it will because it doesn't recognize that it's shoreline. I don't think. Yeah, shoreline required. So let's let the water fill back in. Oh, that was surprisingly easy. All right. So that was stage number 1 of starting to fill out this area. We'll drop in all the zoo objects, I think, on the next one. Planet, I think I started to talk about it. Planet Zoo had me intrigued, interested. I will put some time into it and see where it takes me. But I am definitely not an expert or entertaining. I'm fumbling around like a buffoon in it. So I'll put some time in, and let me know in the comments down below if you are playing or going to check out Planet Zoo. I could definitely see where people that are interested in cities would be interested in that also. It's very different at the same time. I mean, you would expect, right? It's not Obviously, it's not going to be the same thing. But it does scratch my building itch. I just need to get my head around it. Nice to see. Already pulling people in to Chirpy Land. We'll drop in all the zoo objects. We'll come back and spread it out and decorate it. And of course, surround it and blend it in with some of the fall trees. Always such a nice touch. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what we do here. Maybe this is too much. Maybe it would be a little bit more manicured and landscaped, and maybe that would not be the case, that it would have all the fall trees blended in there. But we'll see. We will see. Yeah. Hopefully this gave you some ideas and inspiration and entertainment at the least. But like I said, we'll do the zoo on the next one. We'll kind of cram everything in. We'll start spreading stuff out and trying to use the space as best as possible. But I thought that would be kind of a good way to use this up. Provide some entertainment and have some natural barrier there, right? Because you wouldn't want that kind of in the middle of your residential area with all the noise. And this provides kind of some buffer between our industrial airport and the residential area. Something to do, some entertainment, something a little different. Let's clean this up before we go. So... there we go. Anything else that they're really complaining about? I messed up the water flow, apparently. Ooh, pretty bad. This is not high enough here. We'll have to fix that, because that obviously is not a very good seawall if it's below sea level. We'll sort that out. But when I disrupted this water flow up here, it probably threw everything off. Little Badger's Island. All right, before I get distracted, I think we've got a game plan, right? We're going to use this space up with zoo and an amusement park. Really? Are that many people coming and going out of here? Can we give them another parking garage or something? Will that speed anything up? Do garage. I think it's faster. Let's try that. Let's see if anybody uses that. Use the parking garage. If we say no parking on the street, I wonder, will they turn in? The other thing is I guess we'll need to do, if the demand is this high. There we go. Instantly started putting some cars in the garage. There we go. They're pulling in now. It's nice. So we'll have to get Metro over here because this is already creating a lot of traffic. It's really crazy. Everybody wanted to go to the amusement park really bad. So I think I started the outro. What I get distracted. We'll do zoo on Friday, and start to figure out kind of what the layout of these two places will be. And then we'll really kind of spread it out and decorate it and try and close off this portion of the map. We're pretty close over here. In fact, I'm very happy. It's just really detail-oriented work over this way. Airport and industry is still a big project, and I'd like to hook that into some sort of shipping line over here to get stuff going via port. And then we've got the option to do the same thing kind of over here. But that's Maine. That's a different project. That can be later. But we're coming along, bits and pieces. Solving problems, creating problems. We'll keep tuning and tweaking, and hopefully you are along for the ride and enjoying. Sometimes episodes are sillier than others, and sometimes they're more serious. I don't know. Hopefully you enjoyed today's episode. Stay tuned Monday, Wednesday, Friday for new videos. I'll probably put out something on Planet Zoo in the coming weeks when I'm not too busy doing cities content or playing Outer Worlds. I will definitely do a video on Outer Worlds. If you're interested, pick that one up. It's amazing. It's my game of the year. Absolutely love it. But I'll tell you all about that in an upcoming video. Stay tuned Friday for some zoo and some other nonsense, I'm sure, and distractions and squirrel moments. But until then, likes, comments, and shares all help the channel a lot and are greatly appreciated. If you're new, subscribe, hit the bell to get notifications. If you want to stay in touch, follow me on Twitter and join the Discord if you want to get involved in the discussion. Till the next one, though, this is Move the Mouse, signing off.